Regina Rich,
Jordan Rich,
Carl Blanton, Alan Rich,
Chase Porter,
Peggy Blanton with Jackson Rich,
Cody Porter.
All right. Imagine waking up on a beautiful, sunny spring morning to the birds cheerfully chirping. You have no idea what you're going to do with your day, but you know you would love to spend it outside, embracing nature's beauty. It is the ideal day for a hike, but there's only one problem. You haven't been hiking in so long, you have no idea what you need to pack. After about a half hour of contemplating what you think you need to pack, it seems you have mustered up a few essential items that seem appropriate for today's excursion. Good evening, everyone. I'm Audrey Rich, and today I will be informing you about a few essentials that are appropriate to take on a day hike. I'm from Colorado, and every spring and summer, you can bet that I'm out hiking each and every trail that is available to me. Although this is a routine activity for me, it is important to inform those who may not be hiking all the time what is appropriate to bring along the way to ensure a safe and fun time. Our journey will begin with touching on important snacks and water supplies you will need in order to keep your body healthy and hydrated, which may be the most important factor of our discussion today. We will then cover the appropriate clothing and hiking gear that are necessary to bring with you on this excursion. We'll later discuss the basic rules of the trail that you'll need to understand to begin your adventure. We'll wrap up our journey by discussing great places to hike locally so you can put your new knowledge to the test. Hiking can be one of the greatest activities to participate in, as it is not only good for your physical health, but for your mental health as well. Hiking, however, can be dangerous without the right supplies. It is always important to keep this in mind before you head out on a new adventure. To begin, let me inform you about bringing plenty of water and food along with you. According to the National Park Safety website, if you're traveling with a group, it is important to keep have each member carry both water and food in case your group gets separated. It will be critical for each member of your group to carry the appropriate amount of water on the hike that you'll be taking. Dehydration is a major factor to keep in mind when packing for your hike. The National Park Safety website recommends bringing a minimum of 1 quart of water for every 2 hours that you're out hiking. Snacks for shorter hikes or a small lunch for a longer hike are also important to pack due to the calories that you'll be burning. High-calorie snacks such as nuts or protein bars or maybe a peanut butter sandwich would be a few examples that would replenish lost calories that you will need. It is important to remember not to pack anything that could spoil in the heat. Being outside without an accessible bathroom could turn a great day into a miserable day very quickly. Now that you know the importance of packing plenty of snacks and water, let's talk about what clothing and hiking gear you'll need to bring along with you. Bringing the correct equipment and clothing is a very important factor, as it ensures both your comfort and safety. The American Hiking Society suggests that layering your clothing, particularly if you're beginning your hike early in the morning or going to be out close to dusk, or if the temperature is less than desirable. Fleece tends to be a smart type of material to layer with, as it provides greater protection from the wind and also helps conserve body heat more efficiently. It is important to wear proper fitting hiking boots with socks that will not cause blistering. For days with cooler weather, the American Hiking Society also recommends wearing wool socks, as they help retain heat and reduce blistering even when they get wet. Packing a compass, a map, or a cell phone in your backpack or fanny pack are important so that you know where you're at all times. Having access to a cell phone in case you get lost can be beneficial, so if you accidentally take a wrong turn, you're able to call for help. However, in some cases, you may be hiking in more secluded areas and you don't have cell phone service. This is where having a compass or a map can really save your life. If hiking early in the morning or you plan on being out after dusk, it is important to pack a headlamp or a flashlight so you can see the terrain ahead. Having a flashlight or a headlamp could save you from rolling your ankle or hurting yourself when the sunlight is less than optimal. It could also help in case there are wildlife lurking around you. As reported by the Hike Safe's website, it is important to know the hiking code, have knowledge and gear, tell your plans to a friend, stay with your group, and know when to turn back. It is important to have knowledge about the terrain you will be hiking and to pack accordingly. Being informed about the level of terrain you will conquer in the near future is crucial, because if you're at a beginner level, you will not want to be out on an advanced hike. Knowing the conditions of the terrain is also important, so you know what clothing and gear you will need to bring with you. For example, if it's raining, you will need a jacket with layers and hiking shoes with exceptional traction. Before you head out on your hike, it is best to tell a friend or family member where you will be going and what time you plan to be back. Telling someone where you're going could be the difference between life and death in some cases. If you head out with a group, you will need to stay together with your group throughout the hike. You should always have a leader and someone who stays behind with the person at the slowest pace. Stop as a group, or make sure that one or more people stays with the person that are ready to rest until they are ready to continue hiking. Knowing when it's time to turn back is critical to your health and well-being. If you continue to feel like you're too tired to continue, it is important to turn around and not push yourself to keep going. In addition, if you plan hiking during the fall season, the Seattle Backpackers magazine suggests checking with your local Department of Fish and Wildlife in order to check hunting dates so that you can reduce an accidental accident. Now that we have discussed the safety measures you must take in order to have a successful hike, let's talk about places locally you can go to put your new knowledge to the test. According to backpacker.com, there are a few interesting trails in South Carolina located as close as Greenville or Charleston. Located in Charleston is the High Ground Loop. This is an 8-mile trail that takes you along the marsh through Pinckney Island Wildlife National Refuge. If you like to see birds, this is definitely the hike for you. Located in the quaint town of Greenville is Raven Cliff Falls. This trail is considered to be one of the most beautiful and leads to South Carolina's most beautiful waterfall, the Raven Cliff Falls. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure to inform you about what to pack on your hike, safety tips, and the recommended trails located in South Carolina. We began our journey this evening discussing what snacks are appropriate to bring along your hike, and approximately how much water you should drink depending on how long of a hike you're taking. We touched on the hiking gear and the appropriate clothing that is critical to possess while enjoying a hike. We then talked about the safety factors that need to be incorporated when both planning your hike and while you're on your hike. Hiking is such a wonderful activity to partake in during the spring and summer. It is important when you hike to remember to pack efficiently, to remember the safety guidelines, and most importantly, to have fun. Now go take a hike!
Regina Rich.
Alan Rich.
Carl Blanton.
Jordan Rich.
Peggy Blanton with Jackson Allen Rich.
Chase Porter.